chair pose, Vrikshasana, Utkatasana. Good, feet rooted into the mat. Straighten the arms out in front of you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so the heart is moving forward. Shift your weight into your heels. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, sit back into your chair. Good, pull the belly in. Try not to let the hips stick out. Look down to make sure that you can see your toes and your knees are not going over the toes. Good, breathe in. And breathe out. Maybe you sink lower. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. One more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Swing the arms down. Shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Lift the heels. Lift the chest. Pull the belly button into your spine. Breathe. Draw the inner thighs in towards the core. Good. Keep breathing. On your inhale, slowly start to rise all the way up. And exhale, come down to mountain pose with your hands to heart center. Bring the feet together. Good. Moving into Garudasana. Inhale here. And exhale, release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, the left arm is going to swing underneath the right. You're going to either start by grabbing the shoulder blades, the backs of the palms together, or your palms together with your thumbs towards your nose. Just make sure that your shoulders are aligned. Good. Breathe in. And as you exhale, sink down into your chair. Good. Root your weight into with the right leg. Soften the left knee. Come high onto that left toe. Good. Keep the balance on an inhale. Left leg comes high. Up and over. Hook the thighs together. Squeeze the left hamstring and the right quad into one another. Maybe you hook that left foot, or maybe it's just pressing to the outside of your right calf. Lengthen the spine and breathe. Very good. Let's take a breath together. Inhale here and exhale, let it go. All together, inhale, unwind, reach it up. And as you exhale, the right arm swings underneath the left, grabbing onto either the shoulder blades, the backs of the palms, or the palms together. Good. This time, lift the elbows slightly, opening the shoulders a little bit more. Breathe in, and breathe out, sink back into your chair. Rooting in with the left leg now. Soften the right knee, coming up onto that right pinky toe. Then lift the left leg up and over. No, your right leg. So squeeze those legs together. Good. Your standing leg, the balancing leg is strong. Lengthen the spine. Try to get your shoulders over your hips. One more breath together. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Good. Inhale, release, reach it all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Moving forward, shift into your right leg. Soften the left knee. Bring your left knee at a 90-degree angle parallel to the mat. Flexing the left foot, and then interlace the fingers over that left knee. Lift the chest so that the shoulders over the hips. Good. Now, the most important thing is that the standing leg stays strong here. So if you want to focus just on the standing leg today, it's a beautiful thing. Just stay here. If you want to move forward, walk your hands down the front of that shin, interlace all 10 fingers underneath that left foot, and then bring your thigh and chest parallel to the mat again. Back to the standing leg. Make sure that it's strong. If you feel good here, kick that left foot out towards the mirror. Keep the elbows in towards the leg. Lengthen with the heart. Lift out of that standing leg. Try not to lock your knee, but engage the thigh. Slowly come out of it the same way you came in. Slow with intention. Follow your breath. Back into Tadasana. Beautiful. Moving to the other side. So root in with the left leg. Bend the right knee, bringing it 90 degree. And then interlace the finger, lifting the chest. Keep the right foot flexed. Good. With your breath, when you're ready, start to walk your hands down, getting your body down to the thigh. The ultimate goal is to get your hips and shoulders aligned. From here, feel free to kick that right foot out. Good. Hug the elbows into the body. Reach the heart towards the toes. Keep the shoulder blades down by the sit bones. Breathe. Slowly start to release. Coming out of it. Beautiful. Tadasana. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Moving into Nadarajasana, downstairs pose. Bend the left arm. Soften the left knee. Reach the right arm up. Good. So get used to this right side body taking on the weight. Bend the left knee, and without turning your hand, grab the inside of that left foot. Get the knees aligned. Now it's important that we keep our hips square. So watch the hips as you descend. So inhale, lengthen the spine, reach, and then exhale, start to kick your foot into the hand, reaching the heart and those right fingertips forward. Keep that left hip slightly dropping down so we don't open up. Oh. Beautiful. Take the left toes up towards the ceiling. Good, Matt. Slowly come out of it with intention, with your breath, and then just switch to the other side. Good. So we're doing it with the left leg. When you're ready, bend the right knee, grab onto the inside of that foot. Good. Start to kick the foot into the hand. Inhale, reach with the left fingertip. And then as you exhale, start to move forward. Your heart and fingertips are reaching forward towards the mirror. You're kicking your foot into the hand, but you're taking the toes up towards the ceiling. Good. Slowly start to come out of it. Strong standing leg. And release. Very good. Go ahead and move to the back of your mat. Grab some water if you need some. Feet together. Tadasana at the back of your mat. Inhale here. Exhale it out. Beautiful breath, everybody. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Interlace the fingers and get the thumbs next to one another. Try not to cross the thumbs. Step forward with the right foot. Come to the top of that big toe. Good. Now try to keep the line from the tip of your finger to the tip of that toe. Straight line. Hips are going to stay square. Inhale. And as you exhale, let the fingers and toes lower and rise. Try to keep it in a long line. It doesn't matter how low you go or how high you get that foot. What matters is that that body stays straight. Release the hands down by the side. Good. Now you're reaching the heart forward and extending the fingers towards the back wall. Standing leg is strong. Breathe. Take one breath here. Arms back up and over the head. Slowly stepping back. Now keep the thumbs next to one another, but switch the grip on the fingers. So whichever pinky was in front is now behind. Squeeze the biceps into the ears. Lower the shoulder blades. Step forward with the right foot. Or wait, the left foot. Thanks, guys. Good. So imagine your fingers and toes is a marker, and it's going to draw a line down the front mirror and up the back wall. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, start to draw a line. And like I said, it doesn't matter how long that line is. What matters is that it's straight. You're lowering down with strength, lowering down with intention. You're being aware of your body. Release the hands down by the side when you're ready. Good. Lengthen the spine. Drop the right hip down just a little bit. Hands come back up and over the head. Stepping back to the mat. Breathe in and exhale. Bring the hands to heart center. Good. Turn to your right, facing the right side of the room. Good. Standing here in Tadasana, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, step the left leg out, getting a wide stance, toes slightly pigeon-toed in. Good. Lift the left toes, keeping the heel into the mat, and pivot the left toes towards the mirror. Getting your feet into heel to heel alignment. Keep the tailbone drawn down, the belly engaged. Reach the arms out on opposite ends of the room. Breathe in. And as you exhale, only bend into the left knee, sinking the hips into Virabhadrasana 2. Encourage that left knee to the outside of your pinky toe, keeping the hips open. Shoulders over the hips. Extend the arms in opposite ends of the room. Very good. Breathe in and breathe out. Left forearm onto the left thigh. Press that forearm into the thigh. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. That left shoulder should be down and away from your ear. Maybe you sink the hips deeper. Good. Now on an inhale, come all the way back to warrior 2. Straighten that front leg. And then exhale, sink it down. Inhale, reach the arms up, pivot the left toes in. And as you exhale, right toes pivot out, sinking it down into warrior 2. Reaching the fingertips in opposite ends of the room. Encourage that right knee to the outside of the pinky toe. Your weight is equally distributed between both feet. Your feet are almost pressing the mat away, stretching your mat. Draw the inner thighs in towards the core. Really lift that back thigh. Breathe. Breathe in. And breathe out, right forearm onto the right thigh. Again, pressing in, reaching the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Very good. Take one meditative breath here. Good. On an inhale, come all the way up to warrior 2. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten that front leg, pivot the right toes in. And as you exhale, release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Good. Squeeze the palms together, squeeze the shoulder blades, opening the heart, opening the chest. Look down at your feet, make sure your toes are slightly pigeon-toed in. Good. Watch yourself in the mirror as we hinge forward. Breathe in. And as you exhale, hinging forward, keep the hips over the ankles. Good. Slowly lower. Option to keep the hands interlaced. Try to keep the palms together. You can keep the hands towards the lower back, or you can take the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Good. Now lift the sit bones up towards the ceiling, but melt the chest. Release the hands down to the floor. Breathe here. Grab onto the outsides of the ankles or the calves or the feet. Good. Again, lifting with the tailbone. Melt the chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands to the center of the mat underneath your shoulders. Good. Inhale, lift up onto the fingertips, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, fold. Walk your left hand to the outside of the right foot or ankle, and then place your right hand to your right hip. Very nice grip. That feels good. You have the option to extend the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Very good. Lengthen the spine. Find that breath. Release the right hand down to the mat. Walk your hands gently over so that your right hand comes to the outside of your left foot or ankle. Left hand to the left hip first. Then you can extend the left arm. Good. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Try not to let your hips shift back. Release the left hand. Come, bringing your hands to the center of the mat. One more half lift. Inhale, lift up onto the fingertips, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Take a slight bend in the knees. Hands onto the hips. Slowly come up with a strong back. Bend the right knee. Gently step to the top of your mat. And then turning to face the mirror. Good. Moving into Vrikshasana, tree posture. Bring your hands to your side. Coming into Tadasana first, mountain posture. We're going to be a tree on top of our mountain. Root it with the right leg. Soften the left knee and take that left knee out to the left. Get your heel and ankle together and spread all 5 of your left toes onto your mat. Now draw the tailbone down, square the hips. Don't let that right hip jut out, draw it back in. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale down to the heart. Feel free to stay here in your baby tree. You can bring that left foot to the inside of the calf or to the inside of the thigh. Just avoid any pressure in your knee. Good. The trick is to press the foot and the standing leg together, creating a connection. When you're ready, on your breath, reach the arms up and open. And then allow your branches to sway. Find some movement in stillness. Good. So our roots are rooted, they're still, but our branches can sway. Good. Bring the hands together and down to the heart. Left knee comes forward, down to the mat. Beautiful. Go ahead and rotate the ankles if you like doing that after your Vrikshasana on one side. And then shift over to the left leg. Softening the right knee, take that right knee out to the right. Heel and ankle together, all 5 toes spread onto the mat. Lengthen the spine, tailbone neutral. Take a breath in and out. Find your tree. You can stay here in baby tree or to the inside of the calf or thigh. Again, avoiding any pressure in the knee. Lengthen again in the spine. When you're ready, slowly grow your branches. Keeping the shoulder blades down though. Try not to let your shoulders come up towards your ears. So you're drawing the shoulders down, but you're lifting and lengthening out of the sides of the waist and the arms and fingertips. Breathe in here, bring the palms together. And exhale to the heart. Good. Knee comes into the center, down to the mat. Breathe in here. And exhale, give yourself a well-deserved bow, honoring yourself in your practice. And then go ahead and find yourself some water and then lay down onto your mats, your head towards the mirror. Feet towards the back wall. Whoops, wrong one. Taking this time to come back to yourself. Maybe going a little bit deeper into your practice and not just a physical deep, more mental, more emotional, more spiritual, whatever it is. Go a little bit deeper within yourself. Get to know yourself a little bit more intimately. Have a little bit more understanding. Or maybe you need a little bit more forgiveness for yourself today. Whatever it is, try to dive down just a little bit deeper. Let the rest of the class, the rest of your practice be a little bit more internal. And what being here on your mat truly means for you. Start to deepen your breath now. Taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Another deep breath in, going all the way down into the belly. And letting that breath go. Take one more deep breath for yourself. And let it go. One last time. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Let's go ahead and do that one more time together. Inhale through the nose. And let it out the mouth. Good. Gently bend your knees, bringing your feet onto the mat, hip width apart. Straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling, then bend the left knee, hooking that left ankle onto the right thigh. Flex the left foot. You're going to start with the left hand onto your thigh, pressing it towards the back wall. If you want to go a little bit deeper, the left hand's going to go in between the space of the legs and interlacing your fingers around that right thigh. If you want to go deeper than that, bring the hands directly below the knee. Just make sure that your shoulders and tailbone stay rooted to the mat. Good. Flexing both feet, take a deep breath in. Exhale it out, hug that right knee into the body. And Pavat Mudkatasana, getting into the hips. This is always a really good, yummy one. Deepen the breath. The more you focus on the breath, the deeper the body can go, the more we can let go, the more we can release. Take one more breath in and let it go. Good. Now straighten the left leg. Keep that left foot flexed and active, and then draw it down into the mat. Press the back of that thigh into the mat. Bring the right knee to the outside of the rib cage, almost like you're trying to get your knee into your underarm. Good. Getting into the hip flexors. You might feel some pinching, and that's okay as long as it's not painful. Pavat Mudkatasana, now massaging our digestive system, our ascending colon. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Release the right leg down the mat, getting the hips square and neutral. Then bend both knees again. This time the right leg comes up and over onto that left ankle. Flexing the feet, that's what's going to protect your knee. So you can start with the right hand pressing into the right thigh, or you can interlace the fingers around the left thigh or directly below the knee. Flexing both feet, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, hug that left knee into the chest while you relax the shoulders down into the mat. Lengthen the spine down into the earth. Couple breaths here. Good. Release the right leg, straighten the right leg, draw it down into the earth, hug the left knee to the outside of the body, getting it into the armpit. Again, actively pressing that right thigh down into the earth. Good. Keeping both feet flexed. Very good. One more breath and let it go. Straighten the left leg down the mat, then bring both knees into the chest, keeping the feet aligned, wrapping the arms around, grabbing onto the shins, fingers, wrist, or elbows. Try to lengthen the spine down into your mat. Apanasana, breathe in and breathe out. Good. Release the hands to the side, feet come onto the mat. Get your hands down to the side of your body. See if you can touch the backs of your heels with the tips of your middle fingers. Get your feet hip width apart. Good. Now, going to bridge posture. Dig the heels into the mat. Press the hands, forearms, and biceps into the earth. And on an inhale, using your heels, lift the hips. Get the chest in towards the chin. Good. Now, draw the inner thighs down, but lift the hamstrings up towards the ceiling. Good. Press those arms, those hands down into the mat. Feel free to walk onto the shoulder blades and interlace the fingers behind the back. Good. Reach the fingertips towards the back wall. Now breathe in, lower the hips about 1 inch. And then exhale, lift. Really dig the heels into the mat. Use your heels to press your mat away from you, getting your chest just a little bit closer towards your chin. One more time. On your inhale, lower 1 inch. And then exhale, lift. Good. Release the hands if you have them behind the back. Slowly lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. Moving into bridge one more time. If wheel is in your practice, prepare yourself for wheel. Bridge, you're just going to go in the exact same way. Wheels, bring your arms up and over your head. Bend at the elbows, hands by your ears. Good. Draw the elbows in towards one another. And as you inhale, lift up onto the head first. Get the elbows closer together. And then inhale, push up. Beautiful. Very good wheels today. Breathe. Bridge, feel free to come up onto the toes. Very good. Wheel, tuck the chin into the chest and slowly lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the hands underneath the hips and then windmill the knees from side to side. Good, massaging the wrists into the mat, loosening up the hips and the spine. Beautiful. Now, keeping the hands underneath the hips, bring the knees into the chest and then straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Abdominal leg lifts. Now, if you struggle with lower back pain or have neck pain or injury, just do 1 leg at a time. Tighten the core and engage the thighs. Good. Press the lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower the feet only 20%. And then inhale, lift the toes 1 inch. And exhale, lower another 20. Good. Continue like this. Inhale, 1 inch. Exhale, lower 20%. Again, inhale, lift 1 inch. And exhale, lower. There we go. Couple more times. Inhale, lift 1 inch. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift 1 inch. Exhale, lower. Hover the feet above the mat. Lift your head and look at your toes. Breathe. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release all the way down. Remove the hands from underneath the hips. Bring the arms up and over the head. Kind of doing a banana stretch, moving from side to side. Good. Now bend the knees. Good. And get your left leg wrapping over the right into eagle legs. See if you can hook the ankle or hook the foot behind that right thigh. Good. Arms are still up and over the head. Breathe in. And as you exhale, swing the left arm underneath the right into eagle arms. You can still grab onto opposite shoulders. That's probably going to be a little bit easier so you're not having to fight with the wrist and forearms. Good. Get your knees at a 90-degree angle if you can. Press the lower back into the mat. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, crunch. Get the elbows towards the knees. Inhale, slowly lower. And exhale, crunch and hold. And lower. There's a slight pause at the top. Inhale, exhale, crunch, pause. Tightening the core. Inhale, lower. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Crunch and hold it there. Hold it there. Lower back press into that. Start to pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Unbind. Reach the arms and the toes in opposite ends of the room. Full body stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Going for the other side. Bend the knees. Right leg wraps over the left. Right arm swings underneath the left. Good. Lift the toes up off the mat. Now we're bringing our elbows to our knees. And as you exhale, you're going to tighten the core at that top and hold it there for a moment. And then slowly lower. So breathe in. Exhale, crunch. Pause there. And then slowly start to lower. Very good. Exhale, crunch. Breathe in. Exhale, crunch. Again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, hold it there. Start to crunch it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Whew. Beautiful work, everybody. Full body stretch, and then flip over onto your stomach. Untucking the toes, bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Forearms down onto your mat. Good. And then press the elbows into the mat. Get the shoulders down away from the ears, and then draw the shoulders back, reaching the heart forward into Sphinx pose. Feel a nice abdominal stretch here. Maybe look from side to side, loosening up the neck. Good. Lower down, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows hugging into the body, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Good. Going into Shalabhasana. As you inhale, peel the heart up off the mat. Lift from the back of the head, remove the wrinkles out of the neck. And then exhale, release. Keep the tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Again, inhale, peel the heart. Draw the elbows towards the heels. And exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. Option, take the hands up off the mat and spread them down towards the side. Good. Flip the palms up, really lift. And then lift the feet up as an option as well. Take the gaze forward. Good. One more time. Breathe in, lift a little bit higher. And exhale, release. Bend the knees. Lift the chest, grab onto the outsides of the feet. Try to bring the toes together. They don't need to touch, but we just don't want to pull them out. Good. As you inhale, kick the feet into the hands. There we go. You have to kick the feet into the hands. Lift the chest. Keep the chin parallel, but take the gaze up. Bow pose. Draw the inner thighs in towards one another. Try not to let the knees flare out. One more breath in. And release all the way down. Good. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Gently press your knees into the mat. Push your hands into mat, lifting through tabletop, sinking all the way back into child's pose, Balasana. Good. Breathing here. Come back to that internal practice. Deep in the breath. Good. Slowly come on up, walking yourself to the middle of your mat. Going into sleeping hero, knees wide. Toes can either touch or they can go onto the outside of the hips. And you can slide a block underneath your hips if that's a little bit more helpful. Bring your hands behind you. Good. Now sometimes this is enough for people. It just depends on the day. So if this is where you're at, stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come down onto the elbows. Now I'm not warm enough for that today. So I'm not going to go there. I'm going to listen to my body. But you're more than welcome to go down onto the elbows. You guys are plenty warm. You can even come down to the shoulder blades. You know your body more than anybody. Good. Let the head fall back. Close the eyes for a moment. Take one breath. Good. Engage the core. Slowly come up out of it, using your arms for support, engaging the core again to protect the body. And then go ahead and come all the way up to a standing position on your knees. Going to camel. Go ahead and tuck the toes. Windmill the hands to your lower back. Good. Rotating the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, shift the hips forward, walk your gaze towards the back wall. Use the hands to support the back. Now, if your toes are tucked, your heels are closer to your hands. If you want to reach back, place your hands onto your heels, you can do so. Shift the hips slightly forward, lift the heart. On an inhale, start to come out of it. So if your hands are onto your heels, bring your hands to your lower back. Use your hands to support, coming all the way up. Come to a seated position on your heels. Take a breath here. It's very common to feel lightheaded and dizzy after camel. Deep breath in. And exhale it out. Go ahead and shift forward to a tabletop position. Now moving into cat-cow, breathing. Hands spread wide, or fingers on your hands spread wide, knees hip-width apart. As you inhale, let the belly be drawn towards the earth. Lift the tailbone, broaden the shoulders, look up. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, take your eyes to your thighs. Really press your hands into the mat. And then inhale, arch the spine. And exhale, round. One more together. Breathe in. And exhale, round. Very good. Neutral the spine. Take one hand, or take your hands one hand length above the shoulders. Again, spreading the fingers wide. Tuck your toes, pull your belly in, and as you inhale, lift the hips. And as you exhale, melt the chest. Lift the heels high, getting your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Good. Press the index finger and thumb knuckle into the mat. Externally rotate the shoulders out towards the sides of the room, keeping the shoulder blades down the spine. Very good. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Big sigh out. Okay, let's do that together. Inhale. Let it go. Oh, very good. Inhale, lift the right toes up towards the back wall. Take your gaze forward. As you exhale, bring that right knee in between the hands, sending the hips down towards the mat. Good. Lengthen the left leg down the mat, moving into our pigeon, Ekapada Rajakapontanasana. Good. Now it's important that the hips stay square. So heel toe the right foot to the left side of your mat. If you have a lot of space underneath that right hip, slide a block underneath. Good. As you inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. And then exhale, start to walk yourself down. You can rest your forehead onto your hands, or you can rest your head onto a block if you're really tight today. Good. Breathe here. Deep in the breath. One more deep breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly come up onto the hands. Good. Hands about shoulder width apart. Tuck the back toe, engage the lower abdominals, lift the hips and send that right leg back into three-legged dog. Shake that leg out. Feel free to bend the knee into scorpion, lengthening that right side body. Just make sure your hands are equally taking the weight and you're not dumping all that weight into your left arm. Straighten the right leg and replace it down onto your mat. When you're ready, on an inhale, the left toes go high towards the back wall. Bend the knee and bring that left knee in between the hands, setting yourself up for pigeon. So heel toe that left foot to the right side of your mat. Keep the hips square. Good. Lengthen the right leg. When you're ready, start to walk your hands down the mat. Very good. Deep breaths here. One more breath. Letting that breath go. Slowly bring the hands down to the mat. Walk the hands up. Good. Tucking the back toe, engage the core, send that left leg back into three-legged dog. Shake it out. Bend the knee, scorpion it over. Straighten the left leg and bring it back down to the mat. All together, inhale, come high onto the toes, and exhale, sink it down. Bring the knees down to the mat, the hips to the heels, shoulders over the hips. Bring your hands behind you to grab onto the heels. Good, moving into rabbit posture. Pull the belly in, tuck the chin, breathe in. And as you exhale, start to round the spine, taking your forehead towards your knees. Good. Pull onto the heels, lift the hips and round the spine. Maybe you rest the top of the head gently onto your mat, or maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. Just don't dump your weight onto your mat. The goal is to get your forehead as close to your knees as you can get them. Good. Slowly release. Bring the hips back down towards the heels and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Very good. Slide to your hips, straightening the legs out in front of you. And then take the right leg out, bend the left knee, bring that sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Your right elbow comes to the inside of that thigh, just above the knee. Use the elbow to twist open the chest. The left hand reaches behind you, and on an inhale, reach it up towards the ceiling. As you reach it up towards the ceiling, press that left hip down and towards the earth. Good. Now, if you are good to go farther without collapsing down into the chest, you can reach the fingertips towards a little bit more to your right. Just make sure that left shoulder blade stays open. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, slowly come out of it. Left knee comes into the chest. Take that right leg out in front of you. And then the left foot comes up and over the thigh. Good. Option is stay here if you want to deepen this stretch. The right leg can wrap around the hips just as long as both sit bones stay connected to the mat. Inhale the left arm. And exhale, bring it behind you as close to your spine as you can get it. Inhale the right arm. And as you exhale, pull the belly button in, twist, and hook that elbow onto the knee. Good. Now lengthen the spine. And then exhale, just very gently breathe into a twist. Now, I don't recommend that you twist all the way until you can't twist anymore. Just get into your twist. Focus more on a deep breath. Couple breaths here. Each time you inhale, lengthen the spine. One more breath in and out. Inhale, release, take it over to the right for a counter twist. Very good. And then come back to center. Straighten the left leg out. The right knee's already bent. Left elbow to the inside of the left knee, or the thigh, not the knee. We don't want to push our elbow into our knee. That's a joint. Good. Right hand comes behind you, and then inhale, bring it up and over. Press that right hip energetically down into the earth. Good. Janu Shirshasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly come out of it. Bring the right knee into the chest. Straighten the left leg out in front of you. Right foot comes up and over that thigh. And if you would like, you can wrap that left leg around the hips. Good. Inhale, the right arm comes up and around to the lower back. Full breath in, reach the left arm up. And as you exhale, twist, hooking that left elbow to that right knee. Again, lift. Imagine you have a string attached to the top of your head. Every time you inhale, that string is gently being pulled up. And then exhale, just deepen your breath into your twist. Try not to force it. Just allow your breath to find more space for you. One more breath in and out. Slowly release as you inhale. Take it for a counter twist over to the left. And then come back to center. Straighten out both legs, moving into Paschimottanasana. Legs out in front of you. Bend the knees, coming onto your sit bones, flexing the toes. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, lead with the heart, fold forward, get your chest onto your thighs, grab onto the outsides of the feet, hug the elbows into the body. Keep the shoulder blades down away from the ears. So we want to stay like this as we descend down. You're going to scoot your feet out. Watch yourself in the mirror. Make sure that you don't come to a position like this where your ears are tucking, you're dumping into your chest. You want to stay lengthened. So even if it's just here, that's fine. You're receiving all the benefits. Once you've found your edge, take a deep breath in, lengthen in the spine, and then exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the spine, but keeping the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release the hands, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Come into any seated position, into Sukhasana or easy posture. That is the end of our asana practice. We will end with our pranayama Kapalabhati breathing. So come to a seated position, hands resting wherever is most comfortable for you. I encourage you to close your eyes for this experience, to take this into a more internal practice. So we'll take one full breath together and then we'll begin. So deep breath in, exhale it out. Exhale about halfway and begin. 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. That was a beautiful class, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming. Give yourselves a round of applause. It was an honor to guide you through your practice today. Again, my name is Brittney, and until next time, namaste.